Hi everyone! Welcome back to the Heirloom Hour, hosted by the Anxious Tomato. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kate.
And this is episode 15!
Episode 15.
Wow!
Wow!
Wow, it's been over a year and then some.
And then some. And then a little bit of some. Make sure to punch that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos.
Yay!
Yeah!
A special thank you to our last artist last month was Melissa Varney and Ellie Chase from Stillfire Studios.
So amazing.
It was really wonderful.
I get to go get a tattoo there next week.
That's
I'm so
right.
excited!
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Wow. Where's your new tattoo gonna be?
It's gonna be on this arm. Wow. It's gonna be
We'll post updates.
great. Yes. Yes, we will.
Well, episode 15, this is the month of May.
And Sophie Bonomi has been our lovely, lovely artist this month. And she is such an enjoyable person. I just want to be her best friend and hang out with her all the time.
No,
She's
she does.
really nice.
She does want to go get pizza with us.
That's great. Let's go get pizza.
We're going to set that up, we promise.
Yes, indeed. But
Great.
She's a photographer, photojournalist. And she is just so fantastic.
Yeah, so she writes this elegant story about her trips to Mexico where she is embodying the stories and the memories that she has from that and giving us a visual representation with the photography that she took on her trips.
So good. And her photography is really, really well done.
Exceptional.
Really well done. A lot of it seems very of the moment, maybe a little bit of color adjustment, but not a lot of crazy stuff going on. So,
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we're going to go ahead and introduce you guys to Sophie Bonomi with her inner artist interview that we conducted and had a really good time. We got to go and visit and meet her. Some of our interviews are in person, but that's because we know the people or the submissions were local or we're just trying to get to know. And then occasionally we also do the ones on Zoom when those kind of options aren't available.
Yeah. They're my favorite, though, to go in person.
We do enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
All right.
So here is her interview.
Hi, my name is Sophie Bonomi. I'm a photographer and freelance journalist. Life itself is an inspiring ride to me. I am really kind of happiest when I'm behind the lens of my camera, just documenting those little fleeting, beautiful moments that would otherwise get passed up. So for me, being able to capture these photos and share just snippets of those moments is great. It's great. God, I'm trying to find that word. I don't know what it is. It's a privilege. That's what it is. It's a privilege to be able to take these shots and to share these stories. So I took my first really good photo when I was 6 years old. It was of my brother in his element, this wild beast among the trees. And from there, it's just kind of evolved into what it is now. And what's funny about, I feel like, my practice is at times it seems to get kicked to the back burner. Sometimes I just kind of put my artistic cap aside. I'm like, well, I'm this, and I go off and I do some other identity thing, but it's always there. It's always actually probably the most inherent part of me. Sometimes I just forget to realize it. I'm a journalist, a freelance journalist. I do a lot of investigative stories. I also write poetry and short stories. I evolved into that actually very organically. I started as a photojournalist, and one of the editors from the newspaper said to me one day, well, it's too bad that you can't write. And I said, actually, I've been writing probably since the time I took that picture of my brother. So for me, being able to just assemble words and really, help in a different way, kind of paint that present picture. Writing is an art form. It's an essence. I think when you put that love, that extra love and attention into something, there's a certain essence of magic that gets brought out of it, and that's when the true art seems to speak. Funny you should mention it. I'm embarking on a trip to St. Thomas. I will be really in my element, which is in a place I've never been before, hopefully with people I've never met before, experiencing something I've never experienced before. And that's where I plan to take a lot more photos and share those to my Instagram and my website. I would say something that I've overcome and at times I can still often struggle with through not only just photography but being an artist in general is trying to live up to somebody else's standards of what they think an artist is. And I will tell you that when you realize the only standard you're trying to live up to is yourself, it becomes a lot easier. So at this point in my career as a photographer and as an artist, I feel really liberated. I feel really empowered and really ready to take on the next projects because I'm going to be doing them my way. It's kind of revolutionary in a way, because when I think of going to a gallery, that's exactly what I think. I think going to. I have to be present to show up for that gallery, but to be able to participate in an online gallery, I think that there is a potential for a lot more reach and a way to bring enlightenment and empowerment to people that may not have the opportunity to take themselves physically to go to a gallery. So I hope that this work and the work that you're doing finds people at their most like chill ass moments when they're just like on their couch. Or sometimes I think that that's when people can experience such an amazing shift when they're not really prepared for it. I feel honored to participate in this gallery, and I'm really excited to reach more people and tell more people to travel and get down to Mexico. Rock on.
Oh my gosh, she's so amazing.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I love her though.
Thank you for taking the time to check that out.
Yeah. Rock on.
Seriously, rock on, you guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate anyone and everyone who participates in checking out our stuff, going to our shows online, and now also our in-person shows, which we'll talk to you about in a little bit.
So exciting.
So we're going to go ahead and do a gallery walkthrough.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll see yourself here on our main screen, just as always. We have some new updates on our Instagram that filter in through here. You can always check up on that. And, of course, we have Kate and myself, and we do have a new human being that is helping us, and we will have updates for that on our website. You can check it out on our Instagram.
Oh, look, there she is.
Yay.
Right there.
Stephanie.
Yay.
The Anxious Tomato is lady owned and lady run.
Yeah, lady owned and operated. It's lovely.
Women for women.
Yes. And also
support abortions rights.
Yeah.
All right, so you can just click on that link and go right to here to Viva La Vida.
Viva La Vida. What happens in Mexico apparently stays in Mexico.
Not always.
Not always.
As we're understanding
Gonna
here.
find out, yeah.
Great. So this first little story here, we're not going to read the story to you, but if you'd like to go and read the story, this explains maybe one of her first time in Mexico with her family.
Yep. So the first time in Mexico with her family, and then it goes into within the same first chunk of story.
Yes.
It's the first time she's in Mexico
As a teenager.
Yep. And then she goes back with like her cousin.
Absolutely.
And then she goes back with her husband a couple of times for their 5-year anniversary. So it's broken into a couple of different chunks.
Look at that beautiful water.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
I've never been to Mexico. Have you been to Mexico?
I have. I've been to Mexico when I was like 10.
Oh.
On a cruise.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It's nice. It was nice. I don't remember most of it, but it was really pretty from what I do remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's some good information here about Sophie being on the beach and what it was like and some of the locals and her memories of this. This was a good one. This one's called Beach Kids.
Yeah, I like that one.
This wasn't taken when she was a teenager, but it was. When I look at this and read the story, I think that this is what happened. Like, I can visualize what the story was telling with this photo and being like, wow, that's
And like the
really
feeling
beautiful.
that comes through with that image for sure.
Reckless.
Reckless abandon.
Yeah, something like that.
Abandon.
Some spring break vibes in here.
Oh yeah.
Don't say
Don't say it.
Let's see what we can say about this blurb here. She visited different places in Mexico as well.
She did.
So that's also
She seems to visit
well-rounded.
a couple. Well, there's like 3 or 4 places that she goes. If I remember correctly, I think Puerto Vallarta
That's
is one
right.
of them. One that starts with an S that I need to see on the screen for me to be able to say, but it's further down, I think.
This one?
Yeah, Sayulta.
Is it Sayulta?
Sayulta,
Well,
I
you
think.
would know more than I
Please
would.
tell me more if I'm incorrect. Somebody correct me, please.
This story was about, being out in public and
Riding a
interacting
bus,
with
yeah.
locals and seeing all kinds of stuff like that. And then again, these beautiful skyline photos of Mexico. Like, just great.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to be on a
phenomenal.
beach right now.
That'd be lovely.
It was a warm day in Tacoma today. So
was.
I was dreaming about the beach.
Yeah, no, and to read these stories and to sit out in the warm, you could kind of pretend.
I'll
that
close
you're
my
there.
eyes.
Yeah.
And I'll think about it.
Yeah, and look at these pictures, and we'll pretend and be kind of not there, but that's okay because it's not as warm.
Yeah, so this is the first story, and there's a few photos in here. So this is the first story.
story.
This kind of turns into a second story, but still part of the
This
first
is still
one.
part of the first one. Yep.
And then I love that this one's called Dream House. Like, what a beautiful home.
I know. I can only imagine what it looks like on the inside. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely love like home photos, like in real estate, and so like I just want there to be more pictures of this house. I want to see like the inside.
Interior design photography, or
Interior. Well, yeah.
I mean, that's part of that.
Yeah.
There's a
Real estate photography. Yeah.
yeah, which is still, I mean,
Which is a thing.
interiors, I suppose. I mean, yeah. There's a couple real estate agents that I know that do interior photography like
Yeah,
that,
for
as
sure.
well as helping you buy a house.
Definitely.
So, and then in this story here, we talk about the anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5-year wedding anniversary, and then they had a wonderful day just living it up in this beautiful place
Until they got extremely sick.
until they got extremely sick from it doesn't say what,
Well-
if she ate something or if she drank water.
Well, so
there.
apparently Moctezuma's
Zuma's
revenge
revenge.
is a thing, and it's weird because this week someone else mentioned it in a story,
Okay.
and it was like, yeah, I was in Mexico and I got Moctezuma's revenge, and I was like,
what's that?
what? Moctezuma? Montezuma.
Montezuma's
Revenge.
revenge. Yeah.
Not to be confused with Moctezuma's, the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
in town.
yes.
And this picture is great with this story because she's talking about like having like sweat dreams,
Yep.
having like lucid sweat dreams, and then there's like this inverted photo that
Yep.
I think
So
is,
great. No, it's wonderful. It was very, very well put together.
I mean, what an experience.
Yeah.
I would not want that to happen.
And
But apparently it
then
happens to everybody in
they
Mexico.
got up and they went and did more stuff like
They
2
sure
days
did.
later, so they felt better.
And this is in a
Oh,
not a church, but it's in like some kind of shrine, and they talk about this death that happens that they have to navigate, and it goes with this religious,
Santa Maria. Effigy kind
yeah.
of thing.
like visual,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
the word visual, something along the lines of that. So that's the story
Just
about
paired
that,
with that.
and navigating death
Yes, which is always challenging to say the least.
in the Room 207 Silverdale, Washington hospital. So
Yes.
were they in Mexico and then they had to leave to go take care of this situation? Is that what happens in the story?
Not.
Yeah, we booked a flight to join her and escape on Delta.
Yeah, so
back
they were in Washington and then they went to Mexico afterwards, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, brought me back south. Yep, so joining in Mexico for that, and then some more visuals here with
Yeah.
that.
Hotel California. I don't know if there's is there an actual hotel like a
I
Hotel California, quote unquote?
Yeah,
Or quoting
it said, and
anything.
yes, we did stop at the Hotel California.
Well, okay.
Hotel California. Hello. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I know nothing.
I just didn't know if it was because I know it's a place that represents death or the afterlife, and I wasn't sure if it was like a metaphor or
Well,
if it was
this
real.
photo is titled Hotel California.
It is.
So
It is
that
indeed.
must have been taken at that area.
That's And
All
then
right.
this is the rest of her, this first chunk of story. So what happens in Mexico storyline.
Yep.
This is all of the photos from those trips. So
We can click through them real quick.
we can click through them real quick, yeah, for
Right.
sure.
The one I used for the flyer.
Which is beautiful.
It did turn out really beautiful.
I love the backlit aspect of it.
And I wonder who this person is.
So do I. Nameless models. Vivid caverns.
I'm assuming they went snorkeling.
There was a part where in order to get to a hidden beach, you had to go underwater to go
Wow.
through these caverns. Yeah,
Spooky.
caverns to get into a secluded beach area.
The prick.
The prick.
Interesting.
That's a vibe.
Sure is.
But very beautiful.
Yeah, great
The
texture.
background
Yeah.
coloring is great too. Mm-hmm.
Nice depth of field.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those blue waters just get me. Blue sky, blue water all around.
Blue
Wave number
sky,
1.
blue water. You can almost flip it upside down. You can tell which way's up.
Yeah.
Almost.
Only in Mexico.
Only in
When you're
Mexico.
spinning on lucid dreams.
Right.
Twinning.
Twinning.
Aw.
This one's cute. This one does look a little.
Do we know what kind of bird that is?
That is a pelican.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They put fish and stuff
Yeah.
in their gullets and then take them places, and that's where you get that big sack thing.
Right. They were very prevalent in Florida when I was down in Florida. Yeah,
Florida, Louisiana, Mexico. All that.
Palm Sky.
Palm Sky.
I'm hoping that this is a view from maybe one of the Airbnb type establishments that they
Maybe
were staying
maybe the dream house.
Oh,
this
yes.
could be out that
Oh, wow.
that window. Wouldn't that be great?
Look at those mountains. Good views all around. Wave number 2. So there is a crashing kind of progression of the waves. They're a little broken up in this, but
They look better in the.
yeah,
in
we
the,
can go back to it.
This
A
is
sand sculpture.
This is a sand sculpture. Sand sculpturing is such an amazing art form in and of itself. I can't imagine having the patience to work with sand.
Have you ever seen ice sculpturing where they carve it out of a block of ice too?
Yes,
They used to do that in my hometown. Because where I lived, it was negative 40 degrees in the winter, so
That's lovely.
ice sculpture festival kind of stuff.
Well, I feel like with this though, because you have to keep the sand at a certain moistness because of the sun, and then you use that liquid sand. Have you ever seen that where they
Yes.
it's lots of water and a little bit of sand, and it makes almost like a
Slurry?
Slurry, thank you. Art word of the day, slurry. And it uses to stick two pieces together and
Alright.
make shapes and carve out of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like ceramics.
Kind of like ceramics.
Morning bird.
Morning bird. There's a little bird up on the
Gosh.
little peak of. I see pictures like this, and I know that you can't. I'm sure the epicness of the actual space is
Right.
so much more
Right.
moving and
colossal.
awe-inspiring than a photo. Photos are great, but I just remember traveling to Montana and taking pictures of these huge, wide, vast landscapes and looking at the picture and being like, that is not what that felt like. That's just a random landscape.
How I
It
feel
looks
about
like anybody could
every
take,
photo
right?
I take on my phone.
Right?
You had to
You're
be
you
there.
had to be there. You're like, this is for me to remember, not for you to remember.
The spines.
And a beautiful aloe plant.
Yeah, so aloe was all over the place in Mexico. So that.
It'd be great to just walk down the street.
Let's see aloe plant. Oh yeah,
Cover
definitely.
my sunburn that I'm definitely getting.
Which Sophie had some horrible sunburn in her story. So
she did, yeah.
maybe she used an aloe plant to help relieve herself from that.
It's very true. That's very possible. Puerto Vallarta. I have no idea. Are those? I don't know.
I don't
Those
know what
condos?
that is.
They kind of look like condos.
It could be a resort.
It could be a resort.
Could be an ancient lost city.
It could also be that.
It's Atlantis. I'm just
It
kidding.
looks like.
And there's like a sightseeing thing, maybe.
Yeah.
not.
I don't know.
Like
There's
the ancient
wave three.
Aztec ruins. Wave number 3. Yeah, we'll show
She
show
caught those wonderfully,
Oh, yeah.
actually, if you think back on them.
So sparkly those waves are.
Oh,
Sweet sippin'.
sweet sipping.
Pretty sure this is her mom.
I think it's her mom. And it looks like, Corona and a lime.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Maybe there's some tequila involved. I don't know. You can dream. I can only imagine how good the tequila is in Mexico.
Looks like she's having a great time
It does.
overall. Going on a vacation trip and with your family and having a good time. That's
That's always good.
All part of it, right? More pictures of birds and lovely rock formations.
Yeah. In flight. That's always good to catch them. Those action shots.
The sun may be going down here. It's like golden hour. Beautiful light capturing. Epic detail in all of the everything.
And all of the everything.
Again.
Montana Magica.
So Magic Mountain?
Yeah. Montana Magica. Probably Magic Mountain.
Looks like a storm's rolling in, honestly.
Right.
Again,
There are all
great.
those super blue photos. This is a little...
And this is all part of the story of being in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I love this photo, actually.
I do too. I have God.
Just checking it out and seeing all the sights, spending your time on the beach. I mean, they had to have done more than just beach spending. I mean, in the story, there's more than just the beautiful beaches.
It's
in the
very
story,
true, yeah.
But the visualization of the show is very, awe-inspiring, scenic.
Yes, very.
Imagery.
Well, and she talks about, I remember there's this one line where she talks about, you know, she loves to live behind her camera and she's always in search of that, like, that one shot, that perfect shot. So this is kind of that, you know, trying to capture those perfect moments. Because I'm sure she was feeling something every single time she snapped her camera.
Absolutely.
And chose it for the show.
I wonder if she was in the water or on a boat or like...
No. This might be in a boat.
Ebb tide?
Yeah.
In a boat?
A little high above the water to be on the water, like in the water, but...
Absolutely.
This one's beautiful. I like that one.
Drifting on horseback. Ooh,
Oh,
all right.
Horsies.
Yeah, fun. Just ride your horse anywhere you want in Mexico. That's cool.
Oh, man. You should try.
It looks really fun based on this picture here. This looks like an overcast kind of day. You know, it doesn't have the kind of sunny oomph as some of the other ones, but I guess that's part of the course. You know, there's different kinds of days. Well, see, and then you got the beautiful sunshine.
Super blue waters again.
I like this picture too.
Me too.
Seems like it's
this cove that they've got to experience is lovely.
okay. So that's the last one in that section. All right. Let me scroll down to the next section.
Yeah, so the next story is Sea Turtle Release, which has to do with her experience, happenstance, by complete happenstance, coming across a baby sea turtle release day.
Oh, yeah.
And the story is very much in favor of protecting the sea turtles and making sure that they are I believe this woman or somebody who also works for them was very adamant about keeping the beach clean because they return to the exact same spot every year to spawn or to reproduce.
That would make sense.
So so it's very important to keep their
It's really cool.
yeah. So they dig them. So when they crawl out, they pick them all up, make sure that they're all okay.
Yep.
And then they do like a mass release.
Well, it's interesting because, you know, I see a lot of things about sea turtles and they're like, oh, don't touch them and let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
And like 80% of them die on their way trying to make it to the water.
Yeah. Like by
Why
birds,
would you not do something
or
like this?
by birds or by you know, stuff stopping them or a lot of it's predatory, some of it's, you know, other stuff, but
Right.
yeah. And especially since they are a endangered species or a very maybe not
yes.
endangered, but they're
Protected.
They're protected for
Definitely.
sure. To keep them going is
And what's interesting, there's a little information here about if you're planning to go here, you can adopt a release.
yeah, or you can adopt a nest.
Adopt a nest and support the turtle release.
And
There's
then they
actually a
will-
link to it right here. Let's check
and
it out.
then you will be able to go, or you can go
Yay.
and
Dang, they need a new picture. They should. Sophie, get in here.
Sophie, get in here.
Help them out.
Right?
Cute. Well, that's fun. So that is something that you can do too, based on this.
Yes.
In case you want to check that out, there it is. All right. So then there's this.
Buena Borillo, which is
Borillo.
this really cute story. This is probably my favorite story of hers, but they get woken up multiple times by somebody shouting
In the middle of the morning,
Yep.
like 6 a.m.
every day. Except on like 2 days, which probably like Sunday. It was
Yeah,
probably a
and
Sunday
they're
they
like,
didn't
did
hear.
somebody die? Are they missing their kid? Is it their dog?
Yep.
Turns out this woman was selling bread.
She's selling
or
bread.
giving bread away.
Spoiler alerts. She's selling bread, and it's
And that's her right there,
it's
selling
a cute
giving
story.
the bread,
Yep.
yelling. Bolillo?
Bolerio,
Whoa.
something like that.
All right. thank you for spending that time with us checking out the gallery space.
I know.
We do that pretty much every time.
Yep.
Although we're considering switching up our business model here.
We are.
So stay tuned.
We
If you like our videos or watch our videos,
please tell us.
yes, let us know.
Yes, please, please, please.
Make it worth our while at least.
Yep. It is because
People are going out and doing things
people are
again.
going out and doing things again. We are trying to be out and doing things with people, and we would much rather spend our time doing that than stuck in an office
Absolutely.
editing videos.
Which is great because we have now partnered with Locust Cider in Tacoma.
Yay!
And we have been facilitating art shows there. And our last one was, I think, a week ago, last Sunday.
Really, really good.
It was amazing.
There were so many people.
We had live music.
We did. Stephen Childers
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
It
with
was so great.
Tacoma.
Yep.
The
Tacoma Collective of Electronic Music and
there we go. What she said.
Bear.
Yep.
Which was amazing. Thank you so much
So
for
amazing.
showing up.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to continue to do that. So, right now at Locust today, I just set up a new show with Tori Fields, and she has mixed media assemblage.
So lovely.
I set that up today. So, we will be having a closing reception for that at the end of the month on Sunday, June 26th.
Sunday, June 26th.
From 4 to 7.
Yes.
With live music from 5 to 7.
Hell yes.
With Tacoma again.
It's going to be great.
It's so great. Yeah. And there's going to be other live things. And then we're potentially going to be partnering with a new frame shop gallery that's opening in Tacoma soon, where we will be hosting beautiful gallery events there as well, and with the hopes of making that a cool partnership.
Yeah, no, that's going to be lovely.
All right, so stay tuned, because next month we have a new artist, obviously, because the gallery is doing well, and we have plenty of cool stuff to show you.
Always keep going.
So we have Jeffrey Celechi, who is very adamant that art is meaningless.
You got to come check it out.
You will have to check it out.
Amazing.
His interview was actually really good.
His interview was really good. And what he is one of our first organic single shows, I believe. Organic, like he found us. As you will hear in the interview, he found us at Artists and Craftsmen.
In Tacoma.
Group show.
Which is amazing. We put our stuff in there. Yes, he did. He submitted to our group show.
He did.
So we're back. We're out here, you guys.
We are.
But thank you for supporting us.
Oh my gosh. Please keep supporting us, because that's literally the only reason we're here.
We thank you every day, you guys. We couldn't have done it without you. Yeah. And we appreciate you so much.
We do. Come visit us in person. We'll see you later.